Hi, this is Chris Lesso and welcome to the video lesson series. This is the fourth one and it's on time. Time, probably the number one thing that people want from a drummer. And I remember that there's a bit of a myth about it's the drummer's job to keep time. And I remember hearing that a lot when I was coming up and when I was learning. And I really think it's everybody's job to keep time, but the drummer is the driver of the bus and really the person that maybe controls the time the most. And I think it feels good if the music maybe pushes forward a little bit or maybe pulls back a little bit depending on the song. And if you listen to the Ray Vaughan song called Crossfire, it actually starts off really at, more slow at a slower tempo, and by the end of the song it's raging and it's jumped up, I think, by 15 BPM or something like that, at 12 or 15 BPM. It's amazing. Why did the producers let that happen? Because it felt really good. So perfect metronomic time is not what we're going for. I heard a great analogy about a metronome once, and I want to share that with you. When you have a headache, you take an aspirin or an Advil. When you don't have the headache, you don't need that stuff. Same with the metronome. I think it's really good to work on your internal sense of time. My teacher, Jim Blackley, used to say practice 50% with a metronome, 50% without the metronome to work on your inner feeling of time. And when I started drumming, I used to think, be a good drummer, use a metronome. Be a good drummer, use a metronome. And I'd use it all the time. And I found that it almost was like an addiction. You feel a little strange when the metronome is off. And when you start to turn it off, you start to trust your inner sense of time and what feels really good. So it's not about having perfect time and being a machine. It's about feeling good and driving the music. Kick the band in the butt and drive the music with your enthusiasm and love of drumming and music. So much has been written about time and the concept of time. I'm just going to concentrate on two short concepts today. One is movement and the other is subdivisions. Movement is how we move between the notes. Music is the space between the notes. If you have consistent, relaxed, flowing motions, your music is going to sound consistent, relaxed, and flowing, and you're going to be way more likely to groove and get people dancing, which is what drumming is all about. I'm going to go into this further into my video lesson series on this, so look out for that. The second one is on subdivisions. This is the inner space of what happens between the pulse. The grid, I like to call it the grid. If you think of a calendar, the week is made up of 7 days. The day is made up of 24 hours. This is our grid. So in between each pulse is going to be whatever grid the music requires. Could be triplets, 16th notes, which is fours. And in my study of Indian music, I like the way they look at it. They say we're in 6-speed, we're in 7-speed, we're in 4-speed. Whatever is the subdivision between the pulse. So I'm going to go into this in depth in my other video lesson series, so please go to chrislesso.com and sign up for that. We're always working on our time. We're always improving every day. And time in the LTR, life through rhythm concept, would be being very skilled on what you do and going into the details. Greatness lies in the details. Be accurate and be ultra precise and clear in what you're trying to do. I like to not go for perfection, but go for clarity in both in my life and myself as a musician. I'm Chris Lesso. I look forward to seeing you for the rest of the video lesson series, and have fun.